That's weird, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be entertained, enlightened, and educated about men's secrets, and dating advices decoded as we dive into another episode of Men's Secrets Exposed podcast and show. Hello, audience. Welcome to the new podcast that we are kicking off called Men's Secrets Exposed. I am your host, comedy magician Dewayne Hill. We are starting this series. We have some introductory episodes. We want to introduce you to the podcast co-host that you're going to be hearing coming up this season. And we have a lovely, lovely female co-host, Miss Chase. Chase, say hello and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Chase Shanell. I am a singer, songwriter, writer, actress, and female, fascinated by relationships, as I think we all are.
Now, a little peek behind the curtain to the audience. We've taped several episodes, and we're going back, and we had the idea that we needed to do an intro episode so that way the audience can kind of get to know some of the co-hosts before their future episodes air. And I'm sure, Miss Chase, you've had a lot of time to kind of think about several things we've discussed and went over, yes?
Yes, definitely.
Has it been helpful for you?
It has been interesting. I feel very, I almost feel like I'm cheating in a way because I only have brothers, and I grew up with a lot of guy friends and whatnot, and I work in the theater, and I work with musicians, so I'm surrounded by a lot of men, so I think I do have a pretty good idea and a handle on things. I'm still surprised sometimes, but then again, I do, and I will always firmly believe that there is a point where gender does not matter, and it comes down to personality, culture, upbringing. Gender does matter. I don't think gender is fluid. I really don't. But I believe there is a point where it becomes a human thing.
Yeah.
So, and as we've talked about several times, I'm like, no, that's not a guy thing. It's not. And you're like, yes, it is. And that's when things get interesting.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, tell because this is the first time they're hearing about you, tell them a little bit about, your background. I think your backstory is interesting about where you're from and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just fascinating. I grew up in the Philippines. For those of you who don't know, that is in Asia. A lot of people don't know. They're like, oh, that's cool. And then I'll see this expression on their face. I'm like, that's in Asia. It's a bunch of islands. I am not Filipina. I am almost 6 feet tall. And when you first look at me, you're like, it's a tall white girl. Then you talk to me, you're like, all right, you're confused. Or you grew up overseas. And it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So my parents are missionaries there, actually. And they're wonderful.
Now, are your parents still over there? I never asked you that. I just now thought to ask you that. Are they still?
Yeah, they are still over there. I think this month, actually, they're going to be celebrating 39 or 40 years over there.
Wow. So they have completely embraced.
They're hardcore, man. They're hardcore.
Wow.
We're all intense. We're all intense and crazy. When we are determined to do something, it's all in.
Now, are your brothers over there?
They are. Yes.
Wow.
My youngest brother is married to a Filipina, and they have a beautiful daughter. And my other brother just got engaged. So I'm actually going to go back home in January and be in their wedding. And I am going to celebrate with them, and I'm going to eat. I am going to eat so mumuch Filipino food, I'm going to turn brown. I'm so excited.
Oh. Now, one of the shows we talked about that the culture over there, that a lot of newlyweds live with the in-laws.
Oh, yes.
Are your brothers going to do that? Are your brothers going to do that?
Well, what's funny is no. Initially, they, my brother Steven and his wife, they have their own place. But when Micah, that's her name, when she got pregnant, they put their place up for someone to lease it, and they did actually move into my parents' house so that she has help with the baby.
Wow.
So between her and my mom, who's now a grandma, and her mom and her ates, she can rest. She's surrounded by people who can help her. And they're going to move out probably in the next month or so.
Wow.
And then, and Bree, my brother's fiance, they already have a kid together. Same thing. She moved in, and she went back and forth between my parents' house and her house. But yeah, when you were surrounded, you're surrounded by people to help you. And I think that's great. American women here, I don't know how they do it.
Wow.
I really don't know how they do it. If I ever went down that road, it would be in a legal contract that just has to happen. Because every mom here looks so tired, and I feel so bad for them that they think they have to do everything, and that's not the culture that I grew up in. However, of course, there is a flip side to that, where because you're accepting help, you also have to accept rules, and there's a hard time establishing boundaries and whatnot. So there's pros and cons to everything, pretty much.
So we're going to put that in one of the show descriptions. We took a tangent there I wasn't expecting, but that's good because that is a difference. A lot of, I think American moms, they tend to kind of go at it by themselves, and it's their child. They don't want a whole lot of people involved. They have their own ideas on how they want to raise the kid, and occasionally when they get help from the mom or the in-law, I think that's occasionally okay, but that's normally not the typical way of how we do things. But we're going to put that in so that way people can kind of think about that. We're going to start out with a question. Interesting question. The person's asking, I'm trying to make this kind of neutral. Mm-hmm. This is it a sign of a bad relationship if you find yourselves arguing with your partner after you have sex?
Oh my. That's a question?
Yes. Yes,
wow.
It is. I'm actually going to leave that anonymous because I know who this is, and I'm not going to kind of put that out there. But
I honestly, I don't think the gender would surprise me any more than I'm already surprised. What in the world? I read something from a prominent relationship psychologist that says sex will solve everything for 30 minutes, and then you're back into real life. So if even sex can't give you a little time out and there's arguing, both y'all need to get your butt in counseling, serious relationship therapy, unless it's about honey, I didn't want it to go there. We need to talk about that beforehand. Yeah. That might be that's warranted. If it's not something about what's going on in the bedroom, it's you're arguing about laundry and dishes and the kids 2 seconds after you have sex, something is very wrong.
Now, do you think women have been guilty of picking a fight after sex?
Oh my Lord, no. No. You know what? I don't want to make that general statement because just the fact that anyone asks that question, I want to talk to them, I want to hug them, and then I might want to stop them afterwards. But women after sex, I mean, why do you think we want to cuddle? We want to be close. We want to be held. We want everything just tell me we're okay. Hold me closer. No, there's not anything to back off and be okay, that was done. Now let me now let me tell you everything that's wrong. No. We desired to be desired. And when that is fulfilled, there's a time where we want to hold on to that. And we're more guilty of wanting to hold on to that longer by cuddling, by just, shh, don't talk, just hold me close. Or tell me romantic, silly things. Yeah, if either partner is picking a fight right after you've been intimate, oh, get counseling and or run.
Is it possible that this could be happening because she wants more and he doesn't have more to give, and because he can't give more, he gets frustrated, and that's how the fight starts? That's what I'm probably, as a man, seeing here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's like, okay, it was over, it was done. He's kind of fulfilled. He's ready
But
to move.
she's not.
Yeah, and she's ready.
Okay, then that's a frustrating thing. That's a frustrating thing, and there has to be a differentiation with: are you picking a fight, or are you really telling your partner, hey, this is like the 15th time this has happened, and you don't really seem to care about fulfilling my needs, or you don't, picking a fight, that's not going to accomplish anything. Really telling them, hey, you are very quick to take care of yourself, but you're not taking care of me. That is something, again, find a sex therapist. They exist. They do.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, Dewayne, you need to get a sex therapist on the show.
That's coming. That's coming.
Yes,
I reached out to her. I don't know. Hey, guys, we're trying to expand the format here, and we appreciate everything that you're doing and listening in. I ask that you please, if you would be so kind, let Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Apple, and Sirius XM Radio know that you're enjoying what we're doing. We're trying to get to a bigger format. It'd be much appreciated. XM, Sirius Satellite Radio, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and Apple. Let them know. It'd be much, much appreciated. Thank y'all very much. Bye. She's taking me serious, though. I mean, I even offer. I mean, I'm telling her I'm going to pay her. I'm saying, look, I'll pay you for your time. But yeah, I've got a real good one right here in the Tampa Bay area. She's solid. I reached out. I don't know. I don't know if she wants to do it or not. It's it would be it's really surprising in people that I've reached out to, and you would think that could be a way to get the name out about their business or something. Even with like the little TV show that I do where I interview business owners. Mm-hmm. These people, there's a lot of people that say that they want business, and there's a lot of people that say that they want more business. But when it actually comes to really putting their face out and advertising who they are as a business, you would be surprised that, it's natural for us because we're entertainers. You're on stage, you perform, I perform. We have to naturally do that. But there's a lot of people that doesn't come easy. And they actually haven't.
Well, I love it. And this is something that, for people who are really skeptical, is like, okay, why are you having entertainers talk about relationships? I don't think people understand how essential it is to maintain healthy relationships. When you are entertaining, you really spot out the fake ones.
Yeah.
You spot out the people who are really there for you. The relationship dynamic in a band, in a creative partner, even an acting partner, all of these things filter down into essential truths of our everyday relationships.
Right.
And I love the fact that you are reaching out to entertainers to talk about relationships, because we have such a horrible rap. We're like, oh, dear Jesus, don't you date a musician. They're crazy. And it's kind of true. Don't date an actress. You're dating someone with multiple personality. Also kind of true. But we got a lot of stuff to say that's actually pretty valid.
Now, I hadn't heard the multiple personality thing. I hadn't heard that, but that's actually funny.
I'm half joking.
Yeah, well, I know people in my life have been warned, oh, he's on the road. He's got a woman in every state. And I'm like, come on, give me a break. You know
what? Pilots do it. It's just not just entertainers. We just paint it. We just put lipstick on it and sing with it. But,
if it's a national recording artist, I can believe that. But I don't know about, most average entertainers. Come on. I don't give me a break.
Even on that, listeners, give us some feedback on that. I'm sure people have a lot to say, just even on that angle. This is why this show is so interesting.
Yeah, we're going to get into this other question because it kind of touched on what you said about being desired, which is interesting, and it's asking about Well, the question, I guess, is directed towards the men's side. It's asking, does your girlfriend has annoying ways she likes to show affection that gets on your nerves? And why does it get on your nerves?
Oh. Okay. Well, go ahead and answer that. I'll piggyback on what you say, because this is directed to fellas, and I want to hear this because I'm sure there's maybe one thing I do. Just one.
Well, my question is whatever that one thing is. Why do you do it?
Yeah, in your experience.
Why
is
do
there
you
one thing that one girl, like, your past partner has done that you're just like, oh, I know she means well, but I can't stand this?
No, I'm trying to think. Not really. No, for me, no, I can't say that. No, I can't really think of anything that as far as showing affection, no. But affection is one of my love languages, so I take all acts of affection as appreciated. So I don't, I personally can't think of any. I know I've had other guys I've heard, locker room talk of other men kind of complaining about different things. But my question from the male side of it is, why do, like you're talking about, there's one thing you probably do, right?
Well, if I really thought it was annoying, I wouldn't do it. I think it's cute, or it shows affection. I'm trying.
But my question is, why do you do it?
Because I'm showing affection. Oh, okay. Here's one. Like I said, I grew up with brothers. We're very physical, and we're a very huggy family. My brothers hug, my dad and I hug. We're always hugging. And plus, Philippines, I know, what is it called here? You make beso, where you like kiss cheek to cheek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's part of the culture. When you enter a house, you find the owner of the house and you greet them. You're very respectful. And the same thing when you leave. So I'm very touchy, very, very, very touchy. That's how I grew up. Yeah. So I think, and I had to ask him when I was dating, because I was always physically like close to him, and he kept backing off, and I had to kind of separate myself and be like, hey, when I'm on your arm or I have my hand around you, does that bother you? Do you think I'm being too clingy, is the term, I guess. And he looked at me, he was like, you know what? It's strange. I'm not used to it. I said, okay. Strange is okay. Is it bad, though? Is it annoying? And he took a second. He was like, no, I like it. I'm just not used to it. And he said that I'm used to being the one as the man to put my arm around or reach out, and then having someone respond to me. I'm not used to the girl always doing that. So yeah, it wasn't too annoying. And I think sometimes people confuse the two. It's like, it's not really annoying if you take a step and analyze it. It's just different. It's new. Does that make sense?
It does. And when you said that, it triggered a thought. I have an answer to this question that I think I can answer on behalf of a lot of men. Random hand holding. That, to a lot of men, is very annoying.
Oh, okay, hold on. That's first of all, I think that's really weird. But this thing, okay, apparently
that's
a right
annoying
way and a wrong way to hold a guy's hand.
Well, yes. One thing
I did not know that. I didn't know that it mattered.
Well,
tall.
Yeah. Well, and if you do the thing, which I don't know if you do or not, but I could definitely tell you this: if it seems like what I'm hearing in our recordings is that you seem like you're a little bit taller than the guys that you've dated in the past, because you are a taller stature, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing that and you're doing the thing where you're slightly a step ahead of him,
yep,
he is feeling like he's being led like a dog.
Well, then that's awful. So what? I should be the led dog? That's a terrible thing to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just just breaking it down in the basic caveman brain, he feels like he's being kind of led. And
then don't date a girl who's a head taller than you and has 52-inch legs.
Well,
seriously.
I understand, but you were getting into the whole right way and wrong way to hold hands. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, if my wrist is behind, then when we're holding hands, his wrist looks very uncomfortable. So I was looking at that going, that doesn't look comfortable. Here, let's switch it around. And he's probably thinking, oh, she wants to lead. That is really funny. That is hilarious.
Well,
I was looking at that going, oh, wow, his wrist looks really uncomfortable like that. Let me have my wrist in front, and then there we go. We're both comfortable.
Well, I think some men get annoyed about the whole random grabbing of the hand because it's like, it's like it has to be broadcast that we're together or something. And so a lot of men is like, look, I'm with you. I'm excited to be with you. It doesn't have to be broadcast. Why does it have to be broadcast?
See, that right there is sad. I can speak for the majority of women that it means so much if the man is the one who randomly comes and holds the hand. It's like, yeah, you're with me. You're with me. This is my girl. Everybody back off. This is my woman, and let's go walk this way together. It's sweet. It's understated. But those things mean so much.
I get it. But in some of those situations, especially if it's like under the pressure of it's expected, there are many men that find that annoying. Whether that's right or wrong, there are many men that find that annoying. Because if a man wants to do it, he wants to do it. Because that's part of the reason why men don't like Valentine's Day. It's like to men, it feels like it's a forced holiday. It's men want to do.
And so is a birthday. So is an anniversary.
It's not the same. No, it's not. Well, it's not. It's not the same. It's not because it's like the man wants to do it because he wants to do it, not because he feels pressured. He has to do it, and if he doesn't do it, he's going to get penalized. You know what I mean? And that's where that can kind of get into some of that. Does that make sense? Whether that's right or wrong, I'm just asking, does it make sense?
It does make sense.
Nobody wants to be pressured into, I have to do this. Yeah. If I don't
nobody does.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Nobody does.
Yeah, and that's where some of that public affection thing can start crossing that line. It's like, okay, are we doing this because I naturally want to do it and I want to show affection, or am I doing this because we have to show off to the potential other hawks out there that's circling and want to pounce, and you have to
honestly sometimes it might be one and sometimes it might be the other, and that's part of just the relationship contract. If I am feeling and I've had this done to me. If we're walking around and I don't notice it because I'm just looking around being my silly self, sometimes if he does grab my hand, I'll look at him, I'll be like, oh, that was nice. And then I'll look around, I'll be like, what was going on? He's like, I just saw some people looking at you, and I wanted to let him know what was going on. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I love it. That's right, baby. That's right. Oh. And I think it's adorable. You know what? I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably be even worse. I'd be like, give me those lips. I'll show her. But as long as it's in a spirit of play and it's not honestly like aggressive, I think it's kind of cheeky. You have to protect each other, and you protect that relationship space if it's important.
If it's important. Okay. We're going to wrap this. That, ladies and gentlemen, it was one of the intro episodes. We're having many that are coming. If you have a question, call in 813-534-0169. Text in your question, like a lot of these lovely people are doing. Text in your question. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It seems like more people are comfortable doing that than they are calling and leaving a voicemail.
We've gotten so comfortable hiding behind text and hiding behind technology. Everybody's so bold on the internet.
I mean, there's a lot of audio questions we haven't done yet that are there. We're going to do those in our next round of taping. We got about 30 audio questions we're going to drop, but there's over 80 or 90 text questions that we've gotten People are just texting in their question, texting in. So whatever you're comfortable with, it doesn't matter. If you want to text it in 813-534-0169. If you want to call in, leave a voicemail, you can. 813-534-0169. We will queue it up, we will get it out, and we will try to get all of your questions answered. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed what you've hearing so far, what you've heard, please share it with your friends. Let them know. Hopefully we gave you some tidbits of information for you to consider and some things to think about. We're going to get into this deep and heavy in some future episodes. A lot of great questions. The one question, I'm saving it. Okay, Chase, I'm saving it for, which is going to be me and your next round of tapings. I wanted to keep this short.
What?
The question is why some men are not comfortable having joint bank accounts.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be comfortable with that either. I'm on the men's side with that one.
yeah, that's an interesting conversation. We're going to save that for another taping. All right, now we're going to get out of here. Thank everybody for listening. Wrapping this up. Enjoy the rest of your week, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.